I need a coffee. Look, Smithers, Gabbo is coming. Maybe the coffee machine won't piss itself today. Who knows? It's the first time for everything. Definitely need a coffee after the busy ass day I've had. Ugh. Woo. Right, I suppose I'll announce the stream then. Make sure it's live. It is live. I hadn't actually checked. We are live. My Linux desktop is visible for everyone to see. Chat is at 200 size. I can now see it. My Xbox controller is here. I am feeling frisky. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. TV fan 101 BBC 2 I didn't fan him. He's the one you want, damned wise men. Hi. I had Go Gadget. You know, I said we'll play the Gadget game. I don't even have it installed. Let's see if I can rip it today. It's a blue disc, so it's possible it might rip. We'll try ripping it, and if not, I'll quickly jump over to Miriant and pull the ISO down while we play something else like Superman. I would like to start with Gadget, considering that's on the thumbnail. Yes! It can read the disc. Hallelujah. Linux is playing ball today. Create disk image. Oh no, that's right. It gives me an IMG. I keep forgetting I need to use Power ISO for this. Power ISO or tools. Copy disk to image file. Mount. Mount. Is there? It's just not showing up in my favorites for some reason again. Linux, mate. I tell ya. Gadgetinis.iso. Rip it! And while we rip it... Oh, the coffee is still brewing. Jacob! How's it going? Hi, hi. For whatever reason, I didn't actually have Gadget, even though I said I was going to play Gadget. I didn't have Gadget ripped, so we're ripping Gadget. All over the world, people are becoming mad, and panic gains the whole planet. The World Organization of Maintaining Peace, WOMP, where Lieutenant Gadget, me, works, have found out that this is due to gas propagating on all Earth. Obviously, WOMP suspects Mad and Dr. Claw of spreading their mad gas and making people go crazy. Lieutenant Gadget, that's me's, mission is to destroy the laboratories which produce the gas located all over the world. Of course, he, me, can count on Penny, my lovely niece, and on the Gadgetini's help to try and to help him, me, try to definitively get rid of the evil Dr. Claw. So I tried to play this maybe about half a year ago, and the game audio was too quiet. There's Gadget and the Gadgetinis. If we pop open Firefox and go to... No, not Serial Station. Excelionor. Copy. This is how we get our covers, get our covers, get our covers. This is how we get our covers. Use serial file names. There we go. Glorious. So, every time it's something, chat is not showing. Chat is not showing. Oh, typical. You see, I look away for 1 freaking second. Fate shovel shit in my face. Go get some sleep. Oh, there's a monkey. A monkey. There's a monkey. There's a monkey. There's a monkey. It uses the same engine as Garfield Lasagna World Tour. I like that game. I like that game, and I like Saving Arlene. I know I'm in the minority. There we go. The chat is now displaying. Ladies and gentlemen, if that is the last of our issues, then we have succeeded. Then we have succeeded. Oh, that coffee is smelling really good around about now. I got some coffee whitener. Not a great deal of it left now. The funny thing about this coffee whitener is it looks kind of sus. Let me explain what I mean by this coffee whitener looks kind of sus. It's called cocaine coffee. Go ahead and somehow get this carefully into the coffee now. I've made such a mess with that joke. It's not even... It wasn't even worth... It wasn't even worth it. Made so much mess. Right. There's 1 coffee's worth of whitener left. I like Lasagna World Tour better than this game. Ain't that a fact? So I tried playing this about half a year ago. And there was no sound during the live stream. And nobody told me until an hour in that there was no sound. I'm like, oh, great. So this stream's now worthless. But I always swore that I would come back to this game and give it another chance. So here we are. Hey, Vlad, how's it going? Vlad? TV Fan 101, BBC 2 Island Fan, Jacob Novick. Welcome. Do I get anything? Hip games. Hip. Oh my god, that thing is terrifying. Oh yeah, Ecosystem. Right, okay, yeah, Eco. Were the people who made that Garfield game. So it's their engine. Makes sense. Saying what I'm doing. I remember Jetix. I didn't have access to Jetix as a kid. But I did watch a lot of Jetix as a kid. And that's because Sonic X aired on Jetix first in the UK. No, not in the UK. In America, in English. So all my rips had the Jetix icon in the corner. Right. Running Steam to run Ubisoft Connect to run Immortals Phoenix Rising. You'd think they would just like have support for these games for the Steam Deck, but you know, nope. There's a billion workarounds you have to use. What was that called again? Fox Kids had a show where people played football in space. I don't know. I was going to say Fighting Foodons. I only know of Fighting Foodons because a trailer for it would sometimes play at the end of Sonic X episodes.
Hello, Gadget. Here is your mission. Our agents are reporting stories of madmen throughout Las Vegas that makes people go crazy. Go there and send me back a
He
report.
played Tony Cipriani in
Colonel, I'm off.
Grand Theft Auto 3. I've got the Poppy Playtime arms. Oh.
Hello, Uncle Gadget.
Hello.
All throughout your mission, whenever a new dilemma arises, I'll activate the Gadget communicator so I can help you.
Mega Man, Mega Man.
Talk to you really soon, Uncle.
Literally Mega Man, Mega Man. She couldn't be any more roll casket if she tried. Mega Man, Mega Man.
Uncle Gadget, you can throw Go Gadget punches by pressing the.
I've already done it.
It will allow you to knock out nasty, mad agents as well as turn on switches.
The name Galactic Football rings a bell. Don't think I've ever seen it, though. It was really just a little bit too old when, like, a lot of the shows that you guys watched were on TV. But, I did watch a lot of children's programming way later than... Oh yeah, this is the game with the circle to help you land when you jump. You see, that's a really nice touch. Anyway, I was still watching children's programming a lot later than, you know. I still watch children's programming now, but there's not a great deal of it available on terrestrial anymore.
Use the jump button while moving with the left analogistic. The target above you allows you to know where you're going to land. Be careful not to fall from too.
Yeah, okay. This isn't my first rodeo. Three people investigate mysterious things, and there's an episode where the darkness drags everyone in town into the darkness, and at last one guy is left. Sounds crazy. Have you seen Crayon Shin-chan? I haven't actually watched any Crayon Shin-chan, but I am familiar with it. I'm familiar with the awful English dub with Action Bastard, and I've played a lot of Shin-chan games, but no, I haven't actually watched any Crayon Shin-chan. Is that any good? Like, I know it's long-running and, like, respected long-running Japanese program, and I probably should watch it.
Gloves lying around here and there, Uncle Gadget. If you pick up enough of them, you can upgrade your Go Gadget punch into boxing gloves.
Oh, right, okay. That's what that was. Oh, it's 362 until I get the boxing gloves. Well, the version with Action Bastard definitely wouldn't have aired on Fox Kids or Jetix. So, I must be thinking of, like, maybe an MTV or similar dub. Because I know there was a comedy dub of Doraemon that never released. A pilot for that was released to the public. It was found in 22 or 23. I want to cover a little bit more in the way of sort of lost media stuff. They say, make the content that you yourself would watch, right? I watch Blame It on Jorge. I watch Vinesauce. So I sort of sit somewhere between those two. I also watch a lot of, like, tier lists, Source Brew, Gambato Gaming, stuff like that. So there's a lot of that bleeds into the whole tier list project. Speaking of tier list project, I had an idea.
Uncle Gadget,
The one you watched was a Funimation dub that aired on Adult Swim, right? Okay.
If you press the jump button,
Go Gadget Umbrella. This feels like an asset flip. Well, we've already established that the game was made with a pre-existing engine. So it kind of is like an asset flip in the way that, like, Gadget was shoved into a game engine quickly. But I would say there's slightly more thought put into this as a game, from a game point of view, than, say, your typical Unity asset flip. Like, oh, that's goggles for some reason. I mean, I like dubs. I like dubs as much as the next person who likes dubs. But, at this point, I'm finding out that a lot of shows, I get really excited they have a dub, and then they only dub one season. Or they dub 3 of 5 seasons. For example, BB Bloxburg, right? Discovering that BB Bloxburg has an English dub that dubs like 3 out of 5 seasons. It's so frustrating. Because what do? Do I watch the whole thing in German and have to sit there and pay attention to subtitles? I can't really do much else at the same time. Or do I watch the first 3 seasons in English and then immediately have to immediately acclimatize to the German dub? Luckily for me, BB Bloxburg's original German and the English dub are both fantastic, so it's not too bad. But with a lot of shows, you don't have that option. Once they get to the point where they're no longer dubbed, you're fucked. Food Wars Gao Geiger? Do I have that on DVD? Did I get a Discotheque, like, USA DVD release? Isn't the new Beyblade like one of those shows where the episodes have to fit in 11 minutes, so, like, trying to have a consistent story is, like, almost impossible? This came out in 2004, while Garfield came out in 2007. What? Lasagna World Tour? There was Saving Arlene beforehand, and a Garfield PS2 and PC game that was released in, like, 2002? So it may well be the case that, it may well be the case that that Garfield like game came first. The Garfield like 2002 game came first. Wow, this is rough. Yeah, so Lasagna World Tour was very late. It's not my favorite Garfield game. I can actually put my hand on my favorite Garfield game from here. Well, actually, it might be a bit dangerous to try and pull it out of a pile, but I like to live dangerously. So I can actually put my hands on my favorite Garfield game very easily. It's this one. This one is fucking brilliant. But this was developed by Shinen, who later went on to make The Tourist, which is on Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series, PS5. Shinen are masters of sound hardware. They created their own drivers for the Game Boy Advance for music. They created their own music format and drivers. And they produce some of the best music you will hear on the Game Boy Advance and Nintendo DS. In the Maya the Bee game that they worked on, they hid a secret music player that allows you to play a whole bunch of sample tracks built with their sound engine, hidden behind a passcode. And some of that stuff, you hear it and you think, there's no way the PS2... there's no way the GBA... It's because I'm playing PS2 game. There's no way a GBA can produce that quality of sound. It just can. Some of the most impressive stuff you'll hear. Love me some Shinen. I've always got time for Shinen. They made, like, I think it was like Iridian or something like that, one of those shooters. Iridian 3D for Game Boy Advance. And that's got brilliant music too. I did have a Beyblade game for PS1. I don't know if I've still got it. I never played it. I wasn't a Beyblade guy when Beyblade was on TV. It wasn't my thing. But I do know some of the insert songs from Beyblade, from the English dub. There's a song that's like, I'm the underdog. And it goes way harder than it has any right to be. It's like, I'm coming up from under. I'm the underdog. It's fucking great. Vitello Productions. So is that that's the one that would have aired on Jetix, or did Jetix have one and then Fox Kids had one and then Funimation / Adult Swim had one? Oh man. And that's not to be confused with the UK Doraemon dub. Oh man. So many people disrespecting the original Japanese like that. It's so depressing. Go Gadget umbrella! Fox Kids and Jetix, right, okay. I thought about doing a Shin-Chan tier list, but there's more Shin-Chan games than you would think. Like, there's something like 4 on the original Game Boy. God, there's tons. Just recognize my boy Elias Tofexis in Immortals. Immortals Phoenix Rising. That was a game I didn't play when it came out because I was like, hold on, didn't this have a better name? You heard of Tama and Friends? No, but I'm going to assume that Tama is a turtle. There's a lot of shows that like I feel like I should have heard of. Like, I didn't hear about... What was it called? Like, Marshmallow something or other until today. Not Ichigo Marshmallow. I know that. What? What kind of gentleman of culture would I be if I didn't know about Ichigo Mashimaru? No, there was something else Marshmallow. Like, Marshmallow episode or something that was, Oh! Tama! Right, okay. Greyish brown cat, big, open eyes, mouth always open. Like, I can picture the cat in my head now. Now that you've said it's a cat, I can picture it. So wasn't like Phoenix Rising going to be called like Gods and Monsters or something? And then Monster Energy came along and said if you call it Gods and Monsters, we'll sue. It was something like that. Gods and Monsters is a way better name than Phoenix Rising. So I was kind of put off by the name change. I know that's a dumb reason to not try and check it out. We can have a look at Tama now. How bad can searching for Tama be? Not the cat I envisioned. Not the cat I envisioned. The cat I envisioned was a grey cat. Grey or brown cat. Very different to that. No, I can't say I'm familiar with Tama and Friends then. Teen Titans! Teen Titans would make an interesting tier list, because there's only like 2 games. I think there's one on Game Boy Advance and one on like GameCube and PS2. "11-minute shows can have a story." Yes, they can, but I think it's harder to have a developing story in 11-minute shows because the pacing is affected. I only heard about it because it aired on Spacetoon in the Middle East. Oh. I hear Middle East, I hear animated show. I'm just reminded of, like, how bad the like 7 different versions of SpongeBob are for the Middle East. Go Gadget umbrella! Ooh, television recording. That is a thing. I'm gonna be away this weekend, which means I'm gonna miss the terrestrial TV premiere of Free Guy, starring Ryan Reynolds. So, I've set it to record. Turns out the TV in the dining room. Yes, we have a TV in the dining room. Because there are some people who I guess can't eat without having the TV on. Oh, is there nothing down here? I was honestly expecting like a gap I could fall into, but no. No bottomless pit there. Go Gadget Communicator!
I'm going to show you how to use your Go Gadget
Suction cups, right, okay. This game is fine. It's fine. I don't mind it. It's definitely better than the other Inspector Gadget game on PS2. The side-scrolling one. It's a lot better. Oh, I do take damage. Yeah. I didn't want to miss that one punching glove. So back I go. Go Gadget legs. Go Gadget suction cups. They serve a second purpose in the bedroom. Go Gadget penis enlarger. It's not mine. That sort of thing's not my bag. Go Gadget lube. There we go. Go Gadget thruster. Right, now we're talking. Penny, I need you to test my new gadget. Okay, Uncle Gadget. What would you like me to test? The Go Gadget thruster. Inspector Gadget is like an uncool Flint Lockwood. I couldn't think of anything funny, so that's why the game title is what it is on screen. So I couldn't think of anything funny. Nice one! Wasn't he based on Lupin the Third? Who? Flint Lockwood? No way, surely not. I remember Cartoon Network having a pre-recorded Ben 10 quiz challenge show which aired where people knowing Ben 10 could win stuff. I don't know a lot about Ben 10. I know a lot about Gwen Tennyson.
In the area. Use your Go Gadget rocket when you're surrounded by enemies. Press the rocket button to activate it. Your enemies will...
Wow, that was easy. That kind of makes a mockery of the enemies. I like this. What the fuck? I like this. What's going on? No way. Here's what I know about Ben 10. His name is Ben Tennyson. He has a magic watch that lets him turn into aliens if he has their DNA. Or it lets him merge his DNA with the aliens or something. He has a cousin named Gwen. His grandpa / uncle is named Max, and he's voiced by Paul Eiding. Hey, Sushi Sunshine, how's it going? Go Gadget umbrella! Hey Sushi, can you hear the game this time? Please confirm that the game is audible. Could you repeat that? Son of a bitch! I'm not falling for that one. Oh, Kevin Levine. Oh yeah, I've heard of Kevin Levine. He's the guy who directed BioShock. Ben 10 Power Trip. Yes, so Ben 10 Power Trip, really good. Had no right being as good as it was. I went on to get the full 1000 gamer score in that. Really enjoyed that. Way more than I think any human on Earth actually should. That was genuinely a proper good game. It was because Sushi was the one who came in and said, "Oh, I can't hear the game," when I streamed this before. Did I watch any of the Gadget and the Gadgetinis cartoon? I remember saying that I would when I streamed this last. No, haven't seen any of it yet. I mean, I should, so I can understand whether I like or don't like Penny's design in this. I think I like it, but I'm not sure. I think I like her design, but I'm not 100% sure. I mean, nothing beats the original, of course. The pure sex appeal on display. However, I kind of like the Twin Tails sort of anime look that's going on with this. Like, Inspector Gadget himself doesn't look that great. But, oh, that's extra lives. Okay. I'm gonna end up getting so many extra lives. But for some reason, they made Penny look sort of anime. It's a very odd decision. Yeah, B, it was explained in an episode that Ben 10 made Ben from the past really get the Omnitrix faster by making him fall down the crater the Omnitrix fell into. I have no idea what any of that meant, other than Omnitrix being the watch that Ben 10 wears that gives him special powers. I take it came from space in a meteorite and left a crater, and that's... Maybe Ben fell into that crater and then got superpowers. I remember, Vlad, you saying good things about Ben 10 when I was streaming one of the 360 ones. You were quite keen on the franchise. Ben 10 tier list? Yay? Nay? I've already played a few of the games just casually, so it kind of feels like a no-brainer. Maybe Inspector Gadget is an anime. Well, if it was animated in Japan, then it will definitely have that influence. A lot of classic US shows, you could tell when it was an episode animated in Japan because the episode just looked better than all the others. You're like, oh, that's a Japan episode. You could tell because it looks nicer. You can tell because the animation's better. Yes, you mentioned there was a Doctor Who reference in Ben 10 when I streamed it, I think. Not a single Ben 10 game was ever a Metroidvania until now. Announcing world premiere. Heathcliff. Oh, Heathcliff and American Dennis the Menace had episodes animated in Japan. I bet those episodes just look better. And that's not just me being a weeaboo and saying like Japanese stuff is automatically superior. But I bet those episodes look better. I feel like that's a safe bet. What's the siren about? This area looks familiar. I think I fought this boss and then I said, that was a nice game, and stopped here.
Well now, Uncle Gadget, it's time to do something about all those missiles.
Oh yes. What was it this sounded like he was saying? It was something incredibly crude. Like Go Gadget vagina or something.
Bounce those missiles back towards your enemies. That way, it'll be your enemies getting hurt, and not you.
That's it. It was Go Gadget inflation, and it sounds like he's saying the C word. That's right. I remember. Go Gadget inflator cunt. Go Gadget inflator cunt. She doesn't have the Gadgetinis in the show. She doesn't? We're blocked by YouTube chat. User was banned for this post. Why can't he just, like, keep it held? Oh, you're fucking kidding me! Wow. Can I not actually damage that? I'm not getting British accent out of Inspector Gadget. I'm getting like an American like gumshoe. Oh, I vaguely recall now. Stopping here and not defeating the boss. Saying I've had enough. I vaguely remember. No more health. No more health pickups. And all three towers are back. I remember now. I remember now. I feel like this game was made in France, considering it was Eco Software. I get the feeling it was made in France. It would be great if those weren't spitting out missiles. Gadget is unweaved Raiden. That sounds like an iceberg chart entry. First entry on this iceberg is a doozy. Inspector Gadget is unweaved Raiden. This refers to something that Hideo Kojima said in an interview with Eurogamer. Go Gadget inflatable coat. Your video has been banned due to several instances of using the C word. What chips? They can't ban people for saying the C word. You wouldn't be allowed to have any Aussie streamers, because they use that word in the place of a full stop sometimes. If it is a swear word, they got it past the censors, because it's only 3+. And I think it should be a little bit higher than 3+, because they may be hiding it on the front cover, alright, but on the back, you can clearly see Penny's midriff. I mean, come on. What does the next level look like? If it looks exactly the same as the last one, I'm moving on. If it does something new and inventive, I'm sticking with it. Oh my god. They're wearing straw hats.
Actually made it out alive. Okay, so be it. I suppose I'll have to continue working with you. The mad agents are spreading their...
Imagine if this game came out... That's what I was thinking, right? And it still would be a less offensive version of Japan. Right, I understand it's China, but let me finish the thought. This is still a less offensive version of Japan than the one depicted in Assassin's Creed. Whatever the new one's called. Hey Root, you hear about the biggest Windows crash going on right now? Yes! I heard about it. How's it going, Retro? Yeah. It was all over the news this morning, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? Apparently, a driver was pushed out via auto update to millions of computers around the world, and said driver was faulty and basically caused several things around the world to stop working. As you say, CBBC and Sky News, my local doctor's surgery was unable to deal with electronic consultations. Airlines.
You'll get a new gadget that'll go to work automatically whenever your energy level is too low.
It was embarrassing.
You won't be able to jump that far,
But
Uncle Gadget.
such an unsurprising thing. If the way to look at it is, if you've built a house of cards and then you take one card away near the bottom, the whole house of cards falls down, right? So if you build your entire online infrastructure on like this one specific like Windows-based architecture, and then you're gonna run into problems every single time that, you know, it breaks. Incredibly foolish on the world to use the same technology everywhere. Incredibly foolish. But they're learning now firsthand, you know, that these things can happen. You know, if you're a planner, you're looking at what happened today, and you are just floored by how it was able to happen. Just thinking, how? I mean, I don't know, if I had a system that was really important, I would have something built into that system where if you blue screen of death like 3 times consecutively, I would have a feature whereby you just roll back to a previous update. Like, that seems like a pretty sensible thing to do, right? The general rule of thumb going forwards will be to train people for if something like this happens again. And, meanwhile, making sure whoever pushed that update, that faulty update, without testing it, they're definitely going to lose their job. A lot of systems around the world are running on what they're running now because it's convenient. A situation like this isn't going to make a million companies give up on Windows overnight. Because when the system works, it works. The conveniences of our day-to-day reliance on technology are far greater than the negative impact of what happened today. So there'd be collectibles down here. A bottomless pit! Oh my god. They actually introduced a bottomless pit into the game. People will have been reassured that this issue with the driver won't happen again, that stringent checks will be in place. Stringent checks that should have been in place in the first place. But stringent checks will be in place from now on. What happened today won't be allowed to happen again. And it took having that happen on a grand global scale to make people aware that that's possible. It just goes to show how the systems are that we have. Because if some malicious, like, bad actor had done a cyber attack that knocked out computers as bad as this simple mistake did, then that just goes to show why the systems we have are in place. Why they're set up the way they are. And it's just going to show how well they have worked over however many years. I can't see something like this happening again, like, accidentally. Because systems will be in place going forwards to stop this sort of thing happening. If it happens again, it's malicious. I think what happened here simply is that because things were working so well for so long, someone just got complacent. Someone didn't do the necessary checks they're supposed to do. As a result, things got missed that normally get noticed. Ugh. This fucking room. What other games were you playing? Just this one so far? I'm trying to make it so the one in the thumbnail is the first one we play. I was determined to play more of this than I did the last time I played it, so I'm checking out China because I didn't get this far last time. And because I'm liking it enough. It's inoffensive. It's not particularly creative or interesting, but it's inoffensive.
You won't be able to get through this all by yourself, Uncle Gadget. I'm sending backup. A Gadgetine.
Go Gadget laser. Oh. It's another one of these rooms. I'm not sure what these add to the game, to be honest. These sections don't really add anything, do they? Kill the arbitrary number of bad guys. Inoffensive apart from inflatable, yeah. Yay, you completed the arbitrary room full of generic enemies. Well done. Oh, ERB, you suck the fun out of everything. By referring to it as arbitrary or generic. Arbitrary and generic can be good too. How many bad guys left? I killed 10 of them. Where'd they come from? Huh? This area has so much going on. I'll give them credit, you know. The first areas of the game were very linear. This is immediately more open. There's more platforms to jump on. There's multiple routes to take around a room. Like, there's genuinely more going on here. Color me impressed? Color me impressed. Sure, this isn't, like, setting anybody's world on fire. It's not, like, particularly incredible. It's just okay. It's just okay. I think I'm enjoying myself too much. This is PStedium, after all. I should play something a bit less fun to compensate. Yeah, it's got a nice cel-shaded look without having to rely on, like, on black outlines around everything. Oh. Go Gadget on Super Nintendo. Yeah, how, like, is there a lot of Inspector Gadget games? Like, say, enough for a tier list? Inspector Gadget tier list. Yeah. Yeah. I know where the Switch is. I've seen the Switch. Yeah, it does look a bit like Aku from Samurai Jack, doesn't it? A little bit. Are you meant to do that bit without? Missing some. Samurai Jack I'd like to, yeah. Samurai Jack would make for a good tier list. Gives me an excuse to talk about Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion again. Pretty sure there was like a PS2 Samurai Jack game and maybe a Game Boy Advance or DS one. A nice small number of games to talk about without being too many. What about Teen Titans? But there's only like 2 Teen Titans games. I think they're both called Teen Titans. Not 100%. But one on like GameCube and PS2, one on GBA. I thought about Totally Spies, because there's a whole bunch of Totally Spies games, and a new one was announced recently, question mark? The new Totally Spies series is out, and I'm hearing mixed things, but I've seen the designs for all 3 girls, and they are very much looking super duper fly. It's like a Totally Spies party game for like PC, Wii, PS2. There's at least one 3D sort of action game based on... Sorry, not Teen Titans. Did I say Teen Titans? I meant Totally Spies. There's a Totally Spies, at least 2 or 3 Game Boy Advance titles based on Totally Spies. I want to say there was a DS one, because I distinctly remember playing a game where I had to use touchscreen mechanics. And that would have only been possible on DS. I'd have to look into it. Anyway, I'm enjoying this game too much, so let's move on. Save state, slot 1. Shut down without saving. Did I get the game out of the... No, I did not get the game out of the Linux PC. Let's do that now. What next? May as well keep up the cartoon theme. I suspect this is a NAF game. Virtua Fighter. Might do good as a break. This is Virtua Fighter 10th Anniversary Virtua Fighter 5 for Kokoban for PlayStation 2. This was a disc that was released alongside Virtua Fighter 5. Because Virtua Fighter 5 was out on PS3 at the time, and all PS3s were backward compatible at the time, Sega re-released this version of the original Virtua Fighter with characters from Virtua Fighter 5 in it. This was... Yes, I did do a Sushi Bites on this game. This was packaged into the American version of Virtua Fighter 4 on PlayStation 2. In Europe, we only got a very small promo release of this, which is very hard to come by and very expensive. So I got the Fukokuban version because it is fairly cost-effective compared. The game's in Japanese, but it's Virtua Fighter. Does that really matter? There's no story or anything to follow. And yes, I did do a Sushi Bites on this. This was Sushi Bites episode 50. So that's Lau versus Aoi, and Aoi wasn't in the original Virtua Fighter. She's been added in this one with a character model that looks like very easy. With a character model that looks like with a character model that looks like it came from the original game. So Go is in this, who wasn't in the first one. Vanessa wasn't in the first one. Brad, Aoi, you get the idea. Tons of Virtua Fighter... Yeah, 4 characters, sorry, not Virtua Fighter 5 characters. And Ganryu is missing. This guy looks a bit like Goemon. Sega is ages backwards. Yes, to be this good takes ages. To be this good takes Sega.
Fight 1. Ready?
Right. Block
Go.
is square. It's on very easy. I'm not going to have much of a competition.
Fight 2. Ready? Go.
So all you people from America who have Virtua Fighter 4, you have this on the game disc. It's hidden in the options menu. But Europe, very small promo release, very expensive now in the second-hand market.
Fight 1. Ready? Go.
Oh, Jeffrey!
KO.
For a PS2 game, it doesn't look that good. That's because it is
Fight 2.
styled
Go.
after the Sega Saturn original. The Sega Saturn / Model 1 original. So it's not meant to look graphically impressive. That said, the game runs at 60 frames per second. It's a smooth, solid frame
That
rate.
was fun.
I think this is a very nice looking game. It may not be
Fight 1. Ready?
super impressive graphically, but it has a great style and aesthetic that it pulls off beautifully.
Ring out.
Indeed, the point I'm making is it didn't run 60 frames per second on Saturn.
Go.
Oh, Seri. Even good guys blow it.
Ring out.
It didn't run that great on 32X either.
Fight 1. Ready? Go.
Yeah, the point of this release wasn't to give you something that looks impressive. If you want a Virtua Fighter that looks good from this era, Virtua Fighter 4 looks insanely good. Even now, it looks utterly fantastic. Visually. VF5 and Final Showdown not so much, but VF4 looks incredibly good for the era it came out in. Oh my god.
KO.
Fucker.
Fight
I want
3.
very easy, act like
Ready?
it.
Go. KO.
Yeah, 32X version of Virtua Fighter was dog shit, but nobody expected that to be good.
Fight 1. Ready? Go.
Saturn version, however, of Virtua Fighter was so bad they had to release a later remix version as an apology for how bad it was.
KO.
It was that awful.
Fight 2. Ready? Go.
PC version of Virtua Fighter 2 ran very well back in the day. Fun fact, Sega released a few versions of their Saturn games on PC in a special quads compatible form alongside a, I shit you not, Sega Saturn graphics card. Hey, it's Gash, the Linkin Park fan. How's it going? Long time no see. Salute. Final Fantasy tier list. How long do we have? So yeah, Sega Saturn graphics card for Windows PCs. LGR did a great video on it. I think there was a version of Virtua Fighter, maybe a version of Daytona, possibly Virtua Cop 2, and Panzer Dragoon with compatible with Vista. What?
Two. Ready? Go!
No. Did I say Vista? LGR did a video on it. Daytona, Virtua Cop, Virtua Fighter 2, and Panzer Dragoon, I believe, were the compatible games. Literally, you could play like 4 games on this card. So there really was no point buying that instead of a Sega Saturn. But Sega were full of weird decisions back then. They did so many strange things. They were trying, they were testing the waters. It's loud! It's Andy Loud Takla! Let's see.
Fight 2. Ready? Go!
Oh yeah, 3DO did one, didn't they? For playing 3DO games. The 3DO's got like 2 games worth playing. Dr. Hauser, and that one that Night Dive is currently remastering.
Fight 3. Ready? Go!
Night Dive. Killing Time. Some like really generic name thing. Oh my god.
One more time.
Looks like I won't be fighting Doral today.
Fight 1. Ready? Go!
I think it's literally Akira after Lao. I was so close. Hey, Johnny! Better start now so you're done with the Final Fantasy tier list. That's right, I knew there was something in the chat I was responding to. I forgot what it was. So a Final Fantasy tier list, I have considered a Final Fantasy tier list, but it was for spin-offs. Because there's already so many of those. But spin-offs you can reasonably sort of get through quickly.
Ring out!
Like full-on JRPGs would take a while.
Now, that was fun.
What Virtua Fighter is this? This is Virtua Fighter 10th anniversary for Kokuban for PlayStation 2.
Fight 1.
I take it I haven't updated the on-screen and it still says Go Gadget Genocide. Just occurred to me I might not have changed that.
Ring out! Fight 2. Ready?
Wait, that win was given to Akira! No! Why did you give that win to Akira?
Ring out!
Would you consider Lightning Returns as a spin-off? I would consider it as a sequel to a main game. It's a main number
Fight 3.
with an entry.
Ready?
13,
Go!
13-2, 13-3. Though to be fair, it's Lightning Returns, Final Fantasy 13-3, as opposed to Final Fantasy 13-3 Lightning Returns. That said, it's still clearly a sequel to a mainline entry. The same way that Final Fantasy X-2 is a sequel to Final Fantasy X. And Final Fantasy IV, the After Years, is a sequel to Final
Now,
Fantasy IV.
that was fun.
Yeah, I would consider Crisis
Fight 1.
Core.
Ready?
Oh! I do fight Doral. That's shocking. Had a game over, but I'm still fighting Doral. Crisis Core, I wouldn't consider a sequel. I wouldn't consider Dirge of Cerberus a sequel.
Go!
Like, I wouldn't consider them main one. It's a weird one. They both have Final Fantasy VII. A tier list where you rank every stream you've ever done. Oh god. That would be awful. I might consider doing a tier list where I tier list every Sushi Bites episode. Every Sushi Bites episode, back to back, is about 7.5 or 8 hours currently. Get down. Stranger of Paradise would technically be mainline. It's a spin-off. Get down. Get down. Get good. Get good. I refuse to play on a harder difficulty than very easy. Please tell us about every entry in the Portrait series. Virtua Fighter 4 Evolution. That's the one that I think still looks good to this day, like visually.
Game over.
You're not going to ask me to put in some initials? Thank you for your playing. You are a real virtual... it's speed. Well, I think we should check out this. Superman Shadow of Vagina Lips. I'm not expecting this to be any good at all. But it can't be worse than Superman... The Adventures of Superman on Nintendo 64. Can't possibly be worse, right? The Superman game is ass. Oh no. All right. Get down. Get down. Bwah, 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 bwah. Superman Man of Steel for the original Xbox. I think I saw a video by Rerez about that. Yeah, Rerez did a video on that made me cringe. Ah! The art style is nice. How bad can this be? This looks really nice. I see they couldn't afford the Superman theme. Good visuals does not a good game make. That is a very good point. Health bar's on. Duh. Cheat menu. There's a cheat menu. Sequel to a game no one wanted, Superman 64 2.0. I trust Night Dive.
Deployed the arsenal, sire. Everything you have specified is in place.
Limited run
It
games
is a
would
brilliant
also
strategy,
give it a good
master.
shot.
The brilliance is in the victory, Cantor. And now it is time to test the capabilities of this Earthman.
Superman 64.
Even with these weapons,
Yeah, the
I am
Aquaman
curious
game.
if
I've
this mortal
seen.
can actually complete his task.
I think I've seen a re-res video on
the
that as well.
eradication of the last son of Krypton.
That was the Doom Hurt sound.
Superman.
How do you like this, Metallo?
That was the Doom Hurt sound.
It's an improvement. Is that the best you got?
I can always do better.
Try me.
That was the final moment of the dramatic battle last night between the Man of Steel and the cyborg criminal Metallo. Scientists at Star
Yes,
Labs
I've heard the
have
story, Vlad,
successfully
about how
detached Metallo's cyborg head
there was a
from his
change in
robot
management
body, and
at
both are
Warner
now
Brothers,
under heavy
and the
guard at
people who
Stryker's
were
Island.
involved
Metallo will be
were
in good
pretty
company
much
at the
doing
maximum
everything in
security
their
prison,
power to
currently home to
sabotage
many of Metropolis's
the
criminal
Superman
elite,
64
including
game.
the infamous Parasite and Livewire.
I don't think it would have been a good game because Titus are
My mysterious
Detritus.
benefactor.
but
Those robot schematics were extremely complicated.
I think
It took our
I agree
scientists
it
several
would have been
weeks
a
to decipher
better
them.
game.
But I am pleased with the results so far. Hidden what in Mannheim's warehouse? What on earth are you talking about?
Nothing on earth.
But I
Mr.
think it
Luthor.
would have been doomed
Just
to be a
little
bad
something
game,
to help
full
you
stop,
dispose of
but
a certain caped problem.
Perhaps it would have been saved worst game of all time status. There are worse games on the Nintendo 64. By Titus.
Just think of me as a friend, Mr. Luthor.
Blues Brothers 2000 and Hercules are worse. Both of which have also been covered by Re-Res. Is that based on the Disney movie? No, it's based on the live-action television show, The Adventures of Hercules, or The Legend of Hercules, or something like that. I don't think it aired on TV over here. I think it was big in America, though. Kevin Sorbo, that's it. I knew it was a Kevin somebody. And I was struggling to remember. It's like, Kevin Costner? No.
Seems like a nice quiet day in Metropolis for a change.
Movement. Superman has a number of ways to navigate Metropolis. If you're playing the NES game, the subway. Why not try flying, hovering, and running on the ground? To take off, either push up on the right analog stick to hover, press the R2 button to fly. Okay. Well, hold up. Right stick to raise and lower. R2 to fly. Inverted analog for vertical movement, just like an airplane. Okay, when does this game get bad? When does this game get bad? Is this an open world? Yo! Star Fox! When flying, down on the right stick to do a roll, up on the right stick to turn around. Oh my god! This feels great. Like, it doesn't feel amazing, but it feels great. Yeah, I'm not sure what that white line is about, but, you know, emulating issues and glitches are gonna happen.
Look out! Get out of the way!
Locate the traffic accident. Do I get a marker?
There's been an accident. Those people need my help.
Yes. I get a marker to follow. I'm sorry, this game is meant to be bad? It'll show its true colors at some point, I'm sure.
Don't worry. I'll take care of it.
Pick up. Pick up. Put down.
My first priority is to save these people.
Do I pick up? Do I pick up? Aha! Place the bus on the rescue point. I mean, sure, it's nothing amazing, but, like, compared to other Superman games I've played, this is like a work of art. How do you think Superman flies faster? He squints or clenches his butt cheeks? I think he just wills it. Boring answer, I know. How can this be the best solo Superman game when, the Xbox 360 one exists? Find and disable the getaway chopper. Kill the people inside. And eat them to restore your
I need
Kryptonian
to
power.
stop this madness. Fast.
When flying, press the X and square buttons. Bruh. Okay. How do I do this? This is kind of tricky. No, don't turn. Okay, I see the issue.
This guy
Hold
is
one to
getting
lock
on my
onto the
nerves.
enemies.
Fast, but not fast enough.
Let the copter land.
This guy is
The
getting
360
on my
one's
nerves.
bad, really? But you rescue cats!
What the?
Okay, you got me, Superman.
I can't let this guy get away. I've got to take him to the police station.
I'll come quietly.
I'll come quietly. What about a story where the main character is invincible? However, they are so proud of themselves
Don't drop me!
that they refuse to let themselves get hit because they're too proud of themselves to let themselves take damage.
Hey, Sue! Thanks again, buddy!
It's just too Nukem, to be fair. Like, getting defeated would do way more damage to their ego than it would their body. I suppose that's Duke. I don't think this is particularly good, but it's not particularly bad either. Do I really want to carry on with this, though? And there's so many other things we could play. Like... that, and that, and that. None of which will probably rip. Another level to see if it's ass. You know what? How can I know if it's a bad game without giving it the full treatment?
Superman, it looks like Intergang is back. We've got reports of several officers under fire at Mannheim Warehouse.
I thought
Yaiba was a good game until it wasn't.
Maggie.
So did I.
Oh yeah, I knew
We're
there was a
mobilizing
sin you
squad
committed
now.
on stream, but I couldn't
Okay,
remember what
I
it
can
was.
get there quicker. I'll see what's going on.
Yaiba is probably a good game if you, like, fully comprehend the game's mechanics. I don't.
It's a
I think
robot
that's
of
why
some
I
sort.
suffered.
At least I won't need to pull my punches.
Uh-oh, here comes Superman. Hey, you bitches, I'm high on krypton. Want a freebie? No, Superman, drugs are bad. Nope, can't help you, mate. Pussies! There's no sound.
Thank you, Superman.
Oh, there is. It's just very quiet now for some reason. Thank you, Superman. They got vaporized.
What the?
Try a super punch. There's no sound effects anymore. What happened? What happened?
The Kryptonian is here. Set weapons to maximum power and destroy him.
There's no sound effects. Like, shouldn't there be, like, explosions and gunfire and stuff? Yeah, we could have been playing Kingdom Hearts. There was some gunfire, some very quiet gunfire. I'm not feeling this anymore. I tried. But I'm not feeling this anymore. I want to move on to new experiences. New, possibly worse experiences. Let's see. Haven't we fired up yet? Constantine I know is good. Constantine I know is good. So ignoring that, the other games we haven't played yet that I've got ripped or downloaded are Mashed, Gundam Federation vs. Xeon, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. No, Constantine is good because it's a third-person shooter set in hell. Back when you would buy Japanese games off eBay, and they would give you something. This game that I'm about to rip and play, well, I'll read it. To the buyer, hello, thank you for buying goods from me, 2 exclamation marks. I give you a gift, Japanese tea. I'm looking forward to reunion in eBay, thank you very much. By person who sold the game to me. Straight up, this copy of the game that I bought, inside the game was a tea bag. A tea bag of Japanese green tea. Super cool. Anyway, you might have seen from the folder there that the word Puyo was visible. So I'm not shocking anyone with this. This was a rare title. When I got it, it was very costly. Well, I got it just before it went very costly. This is an incredibly proud acquisition of mine. Volume 12 of the Sega Ages 2500 range. Puyo Puyo Su Master. Perfect set. Perfect set. Because, you know, you got to have Puyo Puyo Su on every platform. You know, I'm not happy until it's released on everything. It's been released on Switch. It's been released on PS2, PS1, Super Nintendo / Famicom, Super Famicom twice. It was also in Puyo Puyo Box for the PlayStation, so twice on PlayStation 1. PC DOS. This has had a lot of ports. I just noticed inside this box is a loose disc for another game. For some reason, I've got a loose copy of Buster Block in here. Now, fun fact, Buster Block. I separated somewhere in this pile is the Japanese version of Buster Block. So I was going to play Buster Block, Japanese version. I found my English disc. The fuck? For some reason, I mustn't have a box for Buster Block, but I have a loose disc. Go figure. And for whatever reason, it was sitting in the box for PO2. You know what we need more of? Resident Evil... Evil Dead Regeneration. Is that the good one? Because there's one that plays like Resident Evil, and I think is not that good. And then there's one that is a third-person shooter where you run around as Ash fighting waves of enemies with the boomstick. That's the one I like. It's the one that's a cheap God of War ripoff. Right, I think that's the one I'm thinking of. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sega Ages 2500, Volume 12. Puyo Puyo Su, perfect set. Ah, this is the catalog. I was trying to find options, but okay. Volume 1 was Phantasy Star Generation 1. Wow, no way, a full-blown remake of Phantasy Star with modern anime graphics. Or is this a remake of the like... Oh no, it is a remake of Phantasy Star. I thought it was a remake of like the novel games that were released on the Sega Mega Modem. That's cool. Monaco GP, not so bothered about. Fantasy Zone. The Golden Axe, if I'm not mistaken, is 3D. The assets were reused for a secret bonus in the Sega Ages Dynamite copy. Dynamite Dacre. Yeah, this one was sick. I like this one. This one, I think, got a release in English. I want to say there was a Sega Classics Collection disc that had, like, this and a couple of the others that were all 3D together in one collection. Bonanza Brothers and Tan are not really interested. Oh yeah, Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star would make a good tier list, because I've played most of them already. And I can reuse the entire section from the PS1 game, where I covered it on Sushi Bites. Yeah. Yeah. Fist of the North Star would make for a good tier list. Let's hear the updated music. Sure, why not? And so Shibari. Bondage? But yeah, this has all the cutscenes as well. Oh, with the voice acting. Oh. I knew there was a reason why I picked up this one specifically. Why I wanted this version of Puyo 2. Beast Rider, someday I would like to play through Beast Rider on 360 degrees. I do have it. Oh, what's with this choice of sound font? Yuck. What's with the fucking banjos? Is that a banjo or is that a sitar? So did you hear that there's a new Mado Monogatari game coming out? And like everybody's in it except Ale. Aruru. Little bit bothered by that. There's a new protagonist, and I don't like her design at all. That is a big moth. It's just come in. If it comes near me, it will die. That's what I get for being right next to an open window with a super bright light on. These things terrify me that do. Especially when they're big. When they're so big and they fly so hard that you hear them whack against the surfaces that they hit. You can feel the flutter of their wings. Don't like them. The big portraits in this version are almost... like, I don't think they are quite the same, but they are almost the ones from the original DOS release. Very high quality. Tomato Ram, yeah. So, a bit of context. Madame Monogatari was a series of dungeon crawler RPGs developed by Compile for old Japanese PCs like the PC-91 and the Sharp 68K? 60... whatever. For a laugh, Compile made a puzzle game spin-off of their dungeon crawler RPG, and that's what was successful. So then all their characters and features from the dungeon crawling RPG made their way into the puzzle game. So the puzzle game that was made as a spin-off ended up superseding the RPG. So these enemies that we're fighting are all like traditional Western tabletop role-playing game like monsters, because it's all like influenced by all that Dungeons and Dragons shit. So if the enemies look like they don't make much sense in a puzzle game, that's because they originally came from, like, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, wizardry. Yeah. Keep forgetting just how, sort of important wizardry was. Like, huge in Japan. Huge, that series. I've got one of the wizardry games on PS2, one of the Japanese wizardry releases. I want to say it's called like Wizardry Neo or something, or New Wizardry or something like that. But you know, dungeon crawlers are not my thing, so naturally I wouldn't spend a lot of time with wizardry. As I've said before, if I ever got into game design, one of my first games would be a dungeon crawler, because behind most deconstructions of a game genre, there is contempt for the genre. And for me, with dungeon crawlers, there is no exception there. I have such contempt for the dungeon crawler genre that I am willing to, you know, learn to code to show that I can do a better job making dungeon crawlers than the people who make dungeon crawlers. Because I despise the genre that much. So that is probably what I would do if I said, fuck it, I'm gonna learn a game engine. One of the games I'd make would be a dungeon crawler. Because I despise dungeon crawlers so much. Oh, he's angry. He's ripped off his bandages. He's ready to fight. Wizardry and Ultima. I keep threatening to play that one Ultima game that starts in current day. What's a paladin? Your knowledge of the land will be great. I keep threatening to play that. Because it's not a dungeon crawler, I might enjoy it. Bioine? Didn't quite have enough of Bioine. What's a paladin? Your knowledge of the land will be great. I do want to play that one. Because you don't need to have played other Ultima games to be able to play it. No. Oh, oh. No. Oh, oh. No. 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 Oh, so do I need to have played another Ultima game to be able to play that? Will that tell me why there's a dead guy in the fridge? Or why the game starts in the real world? Oh my god. I'm fucked. Oh yes, save. I'd love to save that I lost. So is 9 the one that's that starts in the real world and is shit? 7 is proto-imsim. I'm discovering more and more that I kind of like imsims because, well, it's on the box. They are more immersive. I consider RoboCop Rogue City to be an imsim. And I should really get back to that and finish it. The reason why I didn't was because I bought it on Xbox, so, you know, when the Xbox is not plugged in, I'm not playing it. And it started to get a bit samey, Rogue City. And I noticed that I missed something in the story that I wanted to do, and I couldn't go back and complete it afterwards, so I was really deflated there as well. Would like to go back. Yeah, like, that RoboCop game feels like an imsim in the sense that you can go about solving a mission in any number of ways, many of which rely on how you've laid out your stats. So it encourages multiple different playthroughs to discover all the different ways that you can solve problems. And when you figure out a solution to a problem, you feel really smart in like an imsim. At times when the games play well and don't fall apart, like Skyrim, Oblivion, Fallout 3, to a certain extent Fallout 4, are like the peak for me in the you can do something any number of ways. There's any number of solutions. And I like games that feel like that to play. I also like games that are incredibly linear, so long as they don't hold my hand too much. Vlad, have you played Dark? I think it's Eurojank. It's a game where you are a vampire. With teleportation powers. You wake up in a nightclub, balls down. Oh, right, okay. Wake up in a nightclub, balls out on drugs. complete amnesia, don't know who you are. I'm gonna be picking that up on the Xbox 360 digital sale. Because it's like $5. It's like £3.60 something. Like, it's not an ImSim, but like, it's trying so hard to be a game like that, but fails spectacularly from what I've seen. And that makes me really, really freaking curious about it. Convince someone who hasn't taken the time to do so. Convince them to play Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Convince me. Convince me to play it. I'm going for the dancing werewolf ending, if I do play it. Vampire Deus Ex. You know, Deus Ex has been sitting in my 2 playlist forever. I think I've installed the Deus Ex games on this Linux PC, I think. With, like, intention to sit down and just put some time into it. Because, I watched, Leza play... Oh, from 3 of the creators of the original Fallout. Okay. That's some credential. Oh my god. What's the point? It's all gonna be dust one day. I think I have a Deus Ex game on PS2. I think I might have Invisible War. Not here, though. I hear Invisible War is... eh. PS2 is a weird version of OG Deus Ex. It does, yeah. I don't think I've got that. I have Deus Ex on Steam. Cut down levels but improved character models. Interesting. Isn't that Half-Life 2 on PS2 sort of like? Might not be. Might be thinking of something else that's got cut down levels. PS2. Let's try making a combo here, instead of just making a mess. Oh, I don't like the combo I'm seeing over there. Let's do something about it. Arcanum. Why does Arcanum ring a bell? Maybe I'm getting it confused with Arcania. Gothic 4. It's a similar name. Oh, you mentioned Arcanum. Harpy's singing is so god-awful. The game features magical segregation. Okay. And they tell me that shit being in video games nowadays is new. We're making the first RPG to feature this, that, or the other. It's like, you played some of the old classic games? These themes are there, they just don't spell them out. The fact that they're buried and a little hidden makes them more effective when you uncover them. But, you know. There was an argument I saw today about, like, the people who are working on video games today are the people who grew up playing video games. And as a result, the games are, like, sort of, like, bastardized compared to, like, what classic video games were like. And the same thing goes for movies. Like, movies made by people who like watching movies are, like, nowhere near as good as movies made by people who, you know, aren't constantly consuming movies. And I think there's some bite in that argument. Maybe the people working on video games nowadays perhaps have played too many video games. Everything's so surface level and obvious now, where it didn't used to be. It was a lot more subtle. There was a lot more subtlety. Workers' rights movement. Her character racism. Hold on. This Arcanum, yeah? Well, I take it was released for, like, PC. It was like a PC game. I can't, like, pick it up on a console. PC only. GOG, Steam? If it's based, it'll be GOG. I guess my next question is, how well does it run in Proton? Oh, Steam, okay. Yeah, it's Proton. Oh, perfect. Blue. Blue into green. Into red. Oh. Also, you can kill everyone in the game and still finish the story because you have necromancy to bring their spirit back to talk to you. So it's a game where you can't fuck yourself out of the main storyline by killing an NPC. Okay. combat is crap. Well, if it's a like a good sim, then there's probably ways to go about avoiding combat. Or making yourself so overpowered that combat isn't an issue. Like, if you're someone that doesn't like, I don't know, fighting in Fallout, for example, Fallout 3, you could just set yourself up with equipment and weapons that make you so overpowered that you don't have to worry about all that. I like games that give me that choice. Give me multiple ways to solve problems. So I don't feel stupid when I don't figure out the one solution that is required. I can solve things any number of ways, and the game will react accordingly to my behavior. I know it's a lot to ask. Apparently, Cyberpunk is good now after all the updates. And I think the Cyber Clock has almost managed to roll past without getting triggered, so I think I might end up giving Cyberpunk 2077 another chance now. All these months, nay, years later. Because I didn't dislike it when I played it before. I just... There were other games and, you know, kind of slipped me by, and I'm realizing now in hindsight, those 6 hours of it I played on the day it launched, I really enjoyed. I've played other games since that I thought would be really good, and they turned out to be dog shit. Starfield, for example. Turned out to be so dog shit. There's the low intelligence playthrough in which people get offended by your stupidity and forget to be racist due to it. That's amazing. I want a world to get lost in. I want to feel something again. I want a game's world to feel something, make me feel something again. I don't want to be, you know, playing a game and thinking, wow, look at those ray-traced puddles, how did they do that? Or how did they do this? Or how did they do... I want the suspension of disbelief back, alright? I feel like we know too much about what goes on behind the curtain with, like, video game development now, that a lot of the excitement and intrigue is gone. I just wanna be surprised by a game again. And right now, the only, like, games that are doing that for me are VR. They're the only games that are surprising me. But that will only work for so long before I see through the smoke with that and sort of realize what's going on. Maybe I've missed playing all these absolute bangers. Games that I will admit, when I was at secondary school, friends of mine were saying, "Oh, Matthew, you really need to play this. Hey, Jonas, you'd love this." And then I never checked them out. And they're the sort of games that you're talking about now, like Gothic. Yeah, no wow factor in movies and TV, because we know it's all CG now. There's no suspension of disbelief. Like, I get more invested in old-fashioned anime, like stuff from the 80s and 90s, and perhaps older stuff, like 70s stuff, like Cobra. Because so much of it was treading new ground, that the things that are in it, and I go, haha, that's old hat. It's like, that's old hat because it was their hat first. And I realized just how much that manga and anime had, like, an influence on everything that we consume today. Perhaps sometimes, like, as much as we want to chase what's new, perhaps looking back is the best course of action. We look back at what came before. We discover new ways of looking at what's here now. We should put that on a fucking t-shirt or something, because that was the most fucking master shoe the red panda shit I've ever said in my fucking life. Oh. Everybody's favorite lesbian. I'm gonna get my ass kicked, I just know it. What I need to do is develop a greater patience for games where it isn't going my way immediately. You know, everything's at our fingertips now, right? Anything we want. All day, all the time, just on our little devices. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but I have lost the art of patience. For, like, a lot of things. I've lost the art of patience. I need everything now. And I don't like to wait. The Mafia series is another series that I've been meaning to check out for absolutely forever. I liked what little I played of Mafia 2 back in the day, when that came out. I think what bothered me about Mafia 2 was they had this lovely big open world that you just simply weren't allowed to explore. You were always in a mission. That bothered me about Mafia 2.
もう仕方ないな。いいよ。
ありがたな。
Yeah, I get that. But that felt to me like, you know, I guess I was looking at the game unfairly because I looked at it and thought, Grand Theft Auto, right? So I'm looking at it like, you've got this massive city and you're not letting me explore it. Well, Grand Theft Auto would let me explore it, or Saints Row would let me explore it. And it's like, yeah, but if you consider, like, how good Mafia 2 looks compared to Saints Row 2. It's like, maybe sacrifices were made to bring you that open world. Like, you know, Mafia 2 would only let you see certain parts of the city at any one time. It was very clearly, you know, tailored. You were being tunneled through certain places, so a lot of polish could be put on the things you would be seeing. That level of polish can't be applied citywide. At least not easily. What's Mafia 3 like? It's set in the 80s, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I bought it on PS4, limited edition, with all the DLC in a code, which I, you know, applied to my account and everything. It's sitting there installed on a USB hard drive plugged into my PS5. It's ready to go at any time. Am I sitting on a stinker, or is it, you know, actually worth checking out? Cutscenes are top notch. Would fill that hole while waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, playing for the story. The story is good. Alright. There isn't a specific order to play those in, is there? I could just play like Mafia 3. And then decide afterwards that I'm going to play Mafia 2 or Mafia 1. I've heard the remake of Mafia 1 is pretty good. The MC of 2 is one of the mission givers in 3. Alright, okay. But other than that, not much of a connection. Like how you can play Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories and, you know... Lance is in it. He's a mission giver. But, you know, other than that, there's no real connection. Sounds like I should check out Mafia 3 then. Just trying to suss out a good play order, you know, if I decide that I'm gonna play through them all. There's not that many of them, so it would make for an easy tier list. It's juicier if you have played 2. Maybe I'll play, like, the remake of 1, and then remastered 2, and then 3. Play them in pseudo-release order. I've lost track of what I'm doing for this combo. Ah, fuck. Building a combo backwards is one way. 1 and 2 have a very unfortunate crossover. Oh, is there a tearjerker? I don't think I've ever fought Dragon before. I wonder if he's an ages thing. I mean, I fought Kodomo Dragon in Puyo 4, aka Child Dragon, which is just a boy and a dragon. I don't remember this battle theme either. Oh, great. It's fucking all my combos up! The epilogue of 1 is a random mission in 2. Oh, it breaks your heart because it's not a very good crossover. I had visions of, like, you get to the end of the game and you kill someone and then they turn out to be, like, the significant other of, like, the main character in the sequel. And then it's like, oh, you know, them killing my significant other is what drove me to a life of crime or something like that. Oh, it's the best crossover, but it breaks your heart. I suppose the fun thing about the phrase breaks my heart can mean, like, makes me feel sad or is disappointing. Like, there's like a ton of different definitions, I suppose. It will probably be a billion years until I see it. Draco Centauros!
そこの君、勝負して僕が勝ったらここを通してもらうよ。勝負ってまさか美少女コンテスト？ふふん、この可憐な僕に勝てるとでもって違う。勝負はぷよぷよ地獄だい。あり
I love Draco. She is the best. She is my favorite in Puyo. I don't know if it's the horns. I don't know if it's the green hair. I don't know if it's because she breathes fire. I don't know if it's because she's got a massive fuck-off tail. I don't know if it's because she could kick my ass with karate. Probably all these things. But damn, Draco is fire. And not just because she breathes it. I have made a really bad beans of this right here. I'm gonna try and claw it back a little bit. Oh no. That's a total beans. That's beans. Go! 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 So cute. Makanai Karane? Never gelled with Bioshock. You see, that's one that I liked way more than I expected to. Like, not Bioshock Infinite. I couldn't get into that one at all. Lord knows I tried. But Bioshock 1, I told myself the whole time I wasn't enjoying it. I still beat it. And in the end, I was like, shit, I enjoyed that. Whole time, I was swearing blind I hated it. Got to the end. I like that. Don't know what it was about it, but something eventually clicked for me. And I was enjoying it by the end. It's full of little moments that make you go, ooh, that gave me shivers. Don't like the gameplay. Understandable. I quite enjoyed the game. I think the way I had my character set up was why I enjoyed it. I had the scavenger perk, so I could check containers twice. I made sure I picked up every item that I found, you know, hacked every machine. I was very thorough with it. I would go back to areas and make sure I got everything. And I never found myself wanting for much besides maybe ammo. But, you know, I was able to take out most of the big daddies. I was quite satisfied with Let me get a good look at that. I like the story, and Ken Levine denying that the game is anti-objectivist when that is the whole undercurrent of the entirety of the game. A society underwater where everyone has everything is probably not gonna turn out to be a very good place full of very sane individuals. You know, the big twist was good. Like, that moment where it's like, would you kindly? Just that moment where you're like, fuck me. Now it all makes sense. I enjoyed that game. I've been meaning to play number 2. I had like a thumbnail set up for it and everything. Maybe for spooky streams this year. I'm thinking spooky streams should start in August. Do August and September. And then that way, October is free for like all the big October releases. Like Sonic X Shadow Generations, Nick Jr. Party. You know, all those big 10 out of 10 releases that are coming out in October. Might fit in some time to play Alan Wake 2 as well. Seeing as I've heard such great things. Gonna rethink the combo because I'm experiencing pressure. Whew. Oh, would you kindly really spits in the face of Andrew Ryan? You're a son with no free will, working for his mortal enemy instead of working for yourself like a good anarcho-capital. Look, I read that stuff, that goes over my head. I shoot underwater monsters. I hit them with fire and wasps. I play Pipe Dream to hack vending machines. Bang bang, shoot shoot. I don't really know what anarcho-capitalist means, other than it sounding like feminist buzzwords. I'm sure, like, I come across really stupid and ignorant. But shooty shooty, bang bang. Oh, look, shooty shooty, bang bang, shooty shooty, bang bang. Bang, bang, shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Steph. Oh. Oh, man. It's warm. It's almost midnight. I should probably get some sleep. I'm up at like 7 in the morning to go to London from like 8 in the morning. Well, I didn't like Infinite's gameplay, and I didn't find Infinite's story very compelling either. And I'm one of those people that did not see what people see in Infinite Elizabeth. I see what people see in Burial at Sea Infinite? Burial at Sea Elizabeth. Like, I get that. Oh, 100% I get that. But I don't get what people see in regular Elizabeth. Maybe if I play the Bioshocks, you're more than welcome to fill the chat with complaints and inconsistencies. I do not mind. That might be a compelling enough reason to play through them. To experience you deconstructing them. What's with the weird theremin in that version of the track? Oh my god. Complaints. It's a Karen buzzword. Was Ken Levine involved with System Shock in any way? Whatever happened to that remake? Did that eventually come out? I was going to play that when it came out, and then I got into a position where I didn't have much money, and I'm like, okay, I can't play System Shock. Like, there's only one good thing that System Shock remake did for me, and that was it gave me my favorite clip on my entire channel. One of my favorite live stream moments. And it was only because it gave me the framing to talk about something completely different. A moment you were there for, in the chat. A moment that will go down in history as one of my favorite live stream moments. Basically, the team behind marketing the game used an AI to create images of, like, the main bad guy AI. Forget its name. Bradox or something. And I commented on how that completely misunderstood the point of System Shock. However, Shodan, yeah. It completely misinterpreted, like, the point of System Shock, which is that all AI is evil. But that I wasn't upset with them generating AI images, because I generate AI images myself. And then I proceeded to, for well over a minute, drop in images of Saria from Ocarina of Time crying. It's one of my favorite moments. It will go down in history as one of my favorite moments on my live stream, because they just kept coming. I will generate sad Saria. I will generate sad Saria. And you're like, how many does he have? In the chat. And I will generate sad Saria. Yeah, that was definitely one of my favorite live stream moments. That was during Persona 5, which I bought on Xbox just so I could get the rest of the achievements I'm missing. And every time I think about, you know, having to play more of that to grind for the achievements I'm missing, I wince. But it's not that hard. The ones that are missing are like defeat death in Mementos. That's easy. You know, I'm already overpowered from New Game Plus. That's easy. The other one is like complete the Hidden Palace. And the issue is I didn't get the right social links to unlock the third semester and the Hidden Palace. So it's fine. I will get that eventually, but it's a time sink. Even though you can fast forward through cutscenes, it's a time sink to like dredge through the game's palaces in fast forward. I'm trying to make sure I give everyone the time they need. It's like, even though I was doing New Game Plus, I still went and married the doctor again. Because I had her chocolate, which means I level her up faster. So... it's like, fuck it, I'll level her up. And I think I need to fuse one level 3 fusion. And I want to do Alice, because, you know, I've already leveled up the Doctor. Welcome, Haseen! Haseen is in the house. How's it going? I am melting here and my Puyo skills are gone. My Puyo skills have melted away in the heat. Let's play a palate cleanser. I don't want to lose where I am in the run, so I'm gonna save. But... let's play a palate cleanser. Another mission on Sengoku Basara would be a nice place. What? Doing fine tonight in Pokemon Violet, WWE SmackDown, Road to SummerSlam, Cleveland Browns, and AEW Rampage. Cleveland Steamers? I didn't rename after Puyo. I get content ID'd. Yeah, that'll do. It's close enough. Katsumusao! It's a good game. Checks out. It didn't save that I upgraded these things last time. Which means it didn't save that I equipped stuff. And it didn't save that I changed my second skill. All right. Let's do one mission on this to calm my nerves, and then it's off to London tomorrow. Technically today now. Good evening, ma'am. Good morning, sir. He's crazy.
Yukuzo. Yuki! 獣の波を召してみよう。
できません。一にこの波は渡れない。
Sara.
ならば溺れぬよ。
Looks like this battle takes place in just one arena.
戦国最強の武田騎馬隊と
Probably appropriate. Defeat the 20 horse soldiers.
そなたのやることわからぬ。あれは世の思う言葉を知らぬ無邪気な赤子よ。
Oh my god.
皆の者、
サスケ、あの
Wait, I'm fighting against Yuki Sanada? Oh, he's a good guy. Are we the baddies?
接近を許すな。騎馬隊を仕留めろ。
こんなところで何をしているんだろう。一のせいで長政様は死んでしまった。
Captain Russo is a good time. I like Sengoku Basara very much. But the Basara tier list would take like forever though, because there's hundreds of characters, there's so many modes.
サスケめ、霧を出したか。霧のため銃撃不可能。申し訳ございません。
I'm thinking if I did a Gundam tier list, how just like awful it would be having to play all of the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games on top of the Not playing Dynasty Warriors Gundam 3 again. The only achievements I've got left for that are the online ones. Because there's no one to play online with.
きまたい火のごとく
That's not 20 horses. One more.
一つ勘で言わせてもらうよ。あんたあんまり苦しんでないだろう。
あなたにいつの気持ちなんてわからない。
Is that not 20 horses? Come on.
俺様って忍びなのに目立ちすぎてね。
Yeah, gotta beat that guy. Oh.
参りましょうぞ、親方様。おう、二回でか。おう、親方様と雪村殿のご出陣。
あなたが先に。
おう、霧が晴れたぞ。銃撃開始だ。撃て。撃ち尽くせ。
Riflemen? Really?
旦那、すまねえ。お、霧が。佐助は失敗した。時代遅れの虎が消え去る。
位置を踏み越えて。
すまぬ。
ありがとう。
気渡り、震えよ。背を失い、戦に身をやつすか。哀れよ。
月の願いは勝手に現れんで。
Damn it. Stay down, Yuki. Stay down.
親方様、この雪が幸せでございました。
何よ、窓か。世は切れと言っておる。今はもはや時代遅れ。これからは鉄砲よ。終わり。
At some point, I do need to check out Devil Kings to at least discover what the differences are between Singular Kurosawa 1 and Devil Kings. From what I understand, the entire script was rewritten. So I guess they figured people wouldn't want to play stories based on real Japanese history outside of Japan or some shit.
冥土の道に王はなし。人は必ず死ぬ。この人形を飼い殺したが、長政無能なり。
She fell off her horse!
許して、長政様。一はただむせび泣くだけ。
Ooh. $152, and it's only at level 1. And it does 152 damage. Looks like we're switching to that one. Oh, yeah, the shooty hand. Yeah, shooty hands. 152. That's what it starts at. What does that do? Because that looks mean. Let's translate that. Dark Lord's camp. For those with solitude, allies will follow you throughout the stage. Oh, right, okay, it makes allies follow you. Attack power increases only while health is red. Nullifies additional damage from wind attacks. A large gourd that increases the amount of divine water recovered. The higher the level, the greater the effect. Divine water, I guess, being what powers Basara mode. Charm that increases the amount of recovery rice balls give. Slowly making our way through this one. Once in a while. Right, I've got a very busy weekend ahead of me, so don't expect any streams. I probably will post every now and then on the Discord, but yeah, incredibly busy. Meeting up with a bunch of folks that I do the low-res gaming show with. Gonna hang out. Sort of like networking and socializing and shit. I'll keep you posted. Don't expect, you know, any live streams until like at least Monday, possibly Tuesday. Depends how tired I am after the weekend. And with any luck, I can start on the recording for the Bleach tier list next week. I've got some other ideas as well that I would like to play around with. Other tier list ideas, and possibly a video sort of in the style of the tier list videos, but just looking at... for some reason, I want to check out Wizard of Oz games, because I know that there's a bunch of really good point-and-click adventure games, some of which got English translations. We're talking like DOS era. There is a PlayStation 1 Oz-themed RPG I've always wanted to play through. There is Riz Zoad, aka Beyond the Yellow Brick Road. What about that Konami PS2 Oz game? That has slipped my radar. Was sort of Etheria. Was that Oz theme? Yeah. Pretty confident Garlips owns this. Over Zenith. OZ. Oh my god. It's Oz themed. Okay, that was not on my radar. Now it is. Thanks for the heads up. Great. On top of, like, Rugrats, Munchin Island is an Oz-themed game. Codename Steam has characters from Wizard of Oz in it. Oh boy. Doubt it counts because it's not in a game really, but the Cosmos cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! aka Oz Star Wars crossover ones. Think of it like when I covered the Disney plug and play on 10 crazy minutes. If there's anything that is relevant and connected, I will find a way to make a joke or work it in. So I'm looking for opportunities to make references to Elton John's Yellow Brick Road, references to Oz being the nickname for Australia. Like, I'm planning to go balls to the wall with the jokes. Just keep pumping the jokes. I feel like this is a good opportunity to A, explore what makes a game an Oz game, B, explore which of the Oz games that are actually worth playing, and C, an opportunity to correct jokes. Right, thank you very much for coming. I am going to go to bed now. See you all next week, unless I post something in the Discord over the weekend. Take care, everybody. Until next time. If we live that long. Take care, bye.